Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor. Welcome to another edition of This Week in Crowder College. Today we have on the phone with us Shannon Hatfield, and she is the director of pre-college trio programs over there at Crowder, and she's going to be telling us about what the Upward Bound students are up to lately. Hey, Shannon, thanks for joining us once again here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I think there's some exciting things going on this summer with Upward Bound, and can you tell us about that?
Yes, we have 250 students on campus currently for our college prep academy. They come in June for 5 weeks. They take classes on Crowder's campus, and the classes are helping them prepare for next year's high school classes and kind of get an idea of what it's like to be in a college class. And then they stay in the dorms during the week, and we do campus life activities in the evening just to give them an idea of what college is like and try to prepare them for their future.
So they're staying at the dorms during the week, and I guess they go back home and stay with their parents or families on the weekends. Is that how that works?
They do. They move in Sunday evenings, and then they stay till Thursday, and then they go home Thursday night and spend the weekend at home.
Okay, so it gives them a little bit of that experience. And so these are mainly going to be like 10th, 11th, 12th graders?
Yes. So our senior students that have just graduated from high school, they are actually taking college classes from Crowder. They take a 4-week class, they pack it in there, and then when they leave from our program, they have like 6 college credit hours to get started with their college career.
Yeah. So that sounds like a great program. And then from what I understand, there's a trip they go on once they complete this summer session. Is that right?
Yes. So if they complete all 5 weeks of their schoolwork and they get a 70% or higher, they get to go on our cultural trip. So each summer we go someplace different. This summer we are going to Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to visit the Civil Rights Museum. We're going to visit the Rock and Soul Museum and a few other places. And then we're going to take them on down to Gulf Shores, Alabama, so they can experience the beach. If a student's in our program from freshman year to senior, we like them to see a beach. We like to take them to the mountains. So we go to Denver, and then we like to go to a big city. We usually take them to Chicago. And then our seniors go to Washington, D.C. or Philadelphia.
Wow. And so that does give them a new experience, and I'm sure many of them have maybe never been to some of those places before. So it's definitely something that's memorable for them. And I was looking at the list of classes that they're doing throughout the summer, I guess for those who are in 10th and 11th grade. But can you highlight some of those for us? What are some of the things that they learn about during that time?
Yeah, so besides the typical classes, like they're taking algebra, they're taking biology, they also get to choose a research class. And that's a 3-hour class where they're learning a little more specialized activities. We have a crime scene investigation class where they are delving into what it's like to be in law enforcement, what it's like to be like a detective, do lab work, different things like that. We have a sports marketing class. We have a Weather Wonders class, which is new this year. So they are using the GIS, Geographic Information Systems, that the National Weather Service uses. They're kind of learning about that and what it would be like to work for, like a news station in the weather department. We have just a variety of things. We've got All About Bees, where they are learning about bees and hives and how to make and process honey. So they get to choose a different one each summer. And then they just dive deep into that to see if it's something that they're interested in, maybe in the future for college or career. So we try to provide a lot of different options for them on those research classes.
Well, again, these are some of the benefits that the Upward Bound program is doing over there at Crowder College. And so I'd just say for anybody who's listening, if they have a student or a child in their home who's getting older and getting closer to maybe trying some of these things, where could they go if they want to find out more about Upward Bound?
Yeah, so they can go on the Crowder College website. And we are under services, and it's under TRIO programs. We serve 37 different school districts in our area. So if you're interested, it's likely that we are probably at your high school. You could go to your counseling office at your high school and ask, hey, do you have an Upward Bound program? And they can give you information on our program.
Okay, well, that's where people can go if they want to find out more, and I'm sure some people do, because it sounds like a great summer for these students, a great experience, and definitely gives them a head start on life and on what college is like. So we've been speaking today with Shannon Hatfield. She is the director of pre-college TRIO programs over there for Crowder. And Shannon, thanks again for your time.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you being interested in our program.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.
If you live within the broadcast area of KNEO Radio, we have a podcast just for you. The KNEO Community Connection keeps your finger on the pulse of what's coming up in the four-state area, telling you about upcoming events you don't want to miss, organizations in our communities doing great work, and conversations with the dynamic citizens who are behind it all. There's a lot going on around you that you don't want to miss. This is Luke Taylor. Join me each week as we talk about what's happening with the people who are making it happen. Brought to you by KNEO Radio 91.7 FM and the Sky High Podcast Network. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts.